Tequisquiapan is a town and municipality located in the southeast of the state of Querétaro, in central Mexico. The center of the town has cobblestone streets, traditional rustic houses, with wrought iron fixtures, balconies, and wooden windowsills, which is a legacy of its 300-year-old heritage as a colonial town populated mostly by indigenous people. This, the climate, and the local natural water springs have made the town a popular weekend getaway for cities such as Queretaro and Mexico City, which has led to the construction of weekend homes in the town. The name comes from Nahuatl and means place of tequesquite, potassium nitrate, a type of natural salt used to flavor food since pre-Hispanic times. The municipality's seal was adopted in 1989 at a contest held in conjunction with the annual Feria Nacional del Queso y el Vino. This seal contains elements related to the area such as the sun, grapes, the Tequisquiapan River, and the parish church of Santa Maria de la Asunción. The presence of humans in the modern state of Queretaro is estimated at between 1500 and 2500 BCE. The oldest human remains give no indication that these early humans had either agriculture or pottery. Later human remains reveal that the area was within the sphere of influence of the Huastec culture in the early pre-classic period. By the post-classic period, the area was dominated by the Otomi people in the east near the Hidalgo border and by the Chichimeca in the rest. The main Chichimeca settlements were just south and west of the modern municipal seat, where freshwater springs were most abundant and the land was the most fertile. The area did not have any major cities during the pre-Hispanic period, but a number of important trade routes ran through it. By the time the Spanish arrived, most of the area was allied with the Otomi at Xilotepec, itself a tributary of the Aztec Empire. The Otomi outnumbered the Chichimecas, but both lived in the area peacefully. The area around Tequisquiapan was taken over by the Spanish relatively peacefully, but the Chichimecas did resist. This resistance remained sporadic until the last battle of the Chichimecas in Queretaro against the Spanish, called the Battle of Media Luna, which occurred to the north in the Sierra Gorda. The official founding date for the city is 1551 by indigenous cacique Nicolas de San Luis Montañez, who was allied with the Spanish. The settlement received its royal seal, founded as Santa Maria de la Asunción y de las Aguas Calientes. The foundation grouped local Chichimecas and Otomi onto the site, and the foundation was celebrated with a mass. With the pacification of southern Queretaro, lands in the area were redistributed among the Spanish and the evangelized Otomi, leading to 300 years of intense agricultural development. However, much of this came at the expense of most of the indigenous population. By 1656, it had been definitely named Tequisquiapan. Despite the exploitation, the population of the town and municipality remained mostly indigenous. For this reason, the town has kept much of its rustic architecture. In the decades before the Mexican War for Independence, Tequisquiapan experienced a number of small rebellions on area haciendas by indigenous people whose socioeconomic status was still serf-like. However, during independence and other major conflicts of the 19th century, there were no major battles in the area and little information as to how the area was affected. It was officially declared a town in 1861 with the name of Via de Mateos Tequisquiapan. During the Mexican Revolution, army loyal to Villa, Carranza, and Obregón passed through, but no battles were fought in the municipality. However, these armies did sack area haciendas and other locations, mostly for supplies. The Centenario Dam was inaugurated in 1910. Venustiano Carranza visited the thermal springs of the area before heading to the city of Queretaro to sign the 1917 Constitution. The Mexican president also declared the town as the geographic center of the country. There is a monument in the town to this effect. However, today the geographic center is considered to be in Zacatecas. Shortly after the end of the revolution, there was political instability in the state, and Tequisquiapan was designated as the provincial capital in 1920. The latter 20th century saw significant population growth, as the town transformed from a small traditional farming village to a popular weekend getaway. This growth has also been spurred by the growth of the nearby industrial city of San Juan del Rio. Since 1950, the population of the municipality has grown from about 11,000 to about 55,000 in 2005. However, the indigenous population has severely declined, from an indigenous majority in the 19th century to only 120 people speaking an indigenous language in the municipality as of 2005. In 2007, the PRD municipal president Noé Zaraga was shot twice by unknown persons. After tourism, agriculture and livestock are the most important economic activities of the municipality, employing just under 15% of the working population. This is despite the fact that it is not very profitable due to the high operating costs, obsolete technology, insufficient credit, and inadequate commercialization. The main crops are corn, beans, sorghum, alfalfa, grapes, chili peppers, tomatoes, and tomatillos. Tequisquiapan is the largest producer of pasilla chili peppers in Mexico, but this production is under pressure due to imports of a similar chili pepper from Peru and China, and sold as pasilla. The municipality is asking for a registration to mark authentic pasilla chili peppers from the imported variety. Livestock mostly consists of the raising of bulls for bullfights. The town contains a bull ring which hosts bullfights as well as exhibitions of flamenco dance and concerts. There is a bullfight fair in March. The growing of grapes in the municipality begins in the early 1960s, with the planting of 120,000 vines for wine grapes in the community of San Jose Buena Vista by the Sofimar enterprise, affiliated with Martelli in France. Initial varieties were Ugni Blanc, used for brandy, Cabernet Sauvignon, and Grenache for reds, whites, and rosés. Just under 50% are employed in industry, construction, and the making of handicrafts. The production and sale of rustic furniture and other handicrafts is an important part of the municipality's economy. Furniture is made with wood, rattan, wicker, and willow and pine branches, mostly in a colonial or rustic style. Basketry is the other traditional craft, mostly woven from willow branches and wicker for household use. The commercialization of these baskets began after the railroad was constructed through here in the early 20th century, with baskets going to Mexico City. Later, the train was substituted by buses. The space that baskets would normally take on a transport led to a system of semi-construction in the town, with final assembly taking place in the place of sale. The most traditional baskets are still made of willow, but other materials have been adapted such as synthetic, rattan, fabric, and more. The town's reputation for handicrafts is part of its attraction for tourism. Tourism has impacted the production of crafts with greater quantity and variety. The most common types to the area are basketry and the making of furniture with willow branches as well as wood. There are also artisans producing wool items, ceramics, opal items, and clothing. Just over 30% are employed in commerce and services, including tourism. The tourism and service sector of the town employs about 400 people directly, along with 200 more during the busy seasons, and 450 jobs indirectly depend on it. The municipality has 41 hotels and 38 large restaurants. Retail commercial establishments include those catering to tourists and those catering to the local population. The municipality contains one wholesale food market, a crafts market, an open-air market for crafts, 3 warehouses for grain, and over 2,100 small retail businesses. The main market for groceries remains the municipal market. Tequisquiapan is the second most important tourist destination in the state of Querétaro. The major tourist attractions for the town and municipality include the food, the hot springs, the crafts, and the climate. It has had a reputation as a place to visit for its thermal and freshwater springs since the pre-Hispanic era. However, many of these springs have dried up due to the pumping of groundwater, requiring spas and hotels to pump the spring and thermal water from below ground as well. Today, other attractions of the town include the layout of its streets, the traditional facades of its houses, and the variety of handcrafts and folk art available in its markets. So I hope you enjoyed that video. I have many more videos of this part of Mexico in the playlist that is linked in the description below this video. You'll also find a link to another playlist of when I bicycled through Mexico. That was part of a larger trip, bicycling through Latin America. I've also bicycled through Eastern Africa and Central and Eastern Europe, and I have playlists for all those countries that I've bicycled through available on this very same YouTube channel, Hum of the Earth. Alternatively, if you'd like to see an interactive map of everywhere that I've been and all the things that I got to see and do, I have that interactive map available over on my website, followthehumoftheearth.com. where you can click on the different locations and see all the blog posts and videos that I've made of those places. And if you'd like to follow my continuing adventures through Mexico and beyond, you can do so by clicking on the red subscribe button and clicking on the bell to be notified when new videos come out. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed. Have a good one.